not, but on occasion I've been known to read stories out of this, and today I'm going to read a story out of this. I will not currently be reading Babbity, because then I have to say that over and over again, and every single time that I say Babbity, it becomes more and more annoying to me, so I'm not going to do that. What I need from you guys is a single volunteer. One volunteer to help me in my readings. One person. Wow. One. Oh, good. Yes, thank you. The entire show rests on you. What's your name? Evie? That's a very lovely name. Everybody say hi, Evie.
Hi, Evie.
All right. I want you to sit in this chair. Can you sit here for me? So you're a very, how old are you?
7.
7? Okay. Have you read this book? No. Okay.
Got some words.
Okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. You with me? Evie? Okay, thank you. Put your wand down. All right. I want you to hold this in one hand and hold this in the other. All right. Now, whenever Evie, there we go. Whenever I talk about the hopping pot making a big clanking sound, I want you to hit that. Can you hit that for me? Go ahead. Hit it really loud. Good job. Okay. All right. So whenever I talk about the hopping pot making a big clanking sound, you're going to do what? Thank you. That's very good. I've never been nervous on stage before, Evie. You have a mom here? Yeah. Okay. All right. I will now read The Wizard and the Hopping Pot. Are you ready for me? Okay. You're doing good so far. There once was a kindly old wizard who used his magic generously and wisely for the benefit of his neighbors. He pretended that his potions, charms, and antidotes sprang from a ready-made, from a little cauldron he called his lucky cooking pot. From miles around, people came to him with their troubles, and the wizard was pleased to give his pot a stir. You can continue to stir. Thank you, very good job. And put things right. The well-beloved wizard lived to a goodly age, then died. My favorite part. Leaving all his chattels to his only son. This son was very different from his gentle father. Those who could not work magic were, in his son's mind, worthless. We all know what kind of person that is, right? He often quarreled with his father's habit of dispensing magical aid to his neighbors. Upon the father's death, the son found hidden inside an old cooking pot a small package bearing his name. He opened it, hoping for gold, but he found instead a soft, thick slipper. I don't keep slippers around, so just imagine a slipper. All right, one of you's doing it. Good job. With no pair, a fragment of parchment within the slipper bore these words, "In the fond hope, my son, that you will never need it." The son cursed his father's age-softened mind and threw the slipper back into the cauldron, reserving to use it henceforth as a rubbish pail. That would be English for garbage can for those who know. That's you in front. Is this your mom? No? Do you know this woman? All right. Annie's embarrassed by her. Okay. That's good. Okay, that night, a peasant woman knocked on the front door. Good. My grandfather's afflicted by a crop of warts, sir, she told him. Your father used to mix a special potion in that old cooking pot. Begone, cried the son. What care I for your brat's warts? He slammed the door in the old woman's face. Thank you. At once there came a loud clanging from the kitchen. The The wizard lit his wand and opened the door, and there, to his amazement, he saw his father's old cooking pot. It had sprouted a single foot of grass, and was hopping on the spot in the middle of the floor, making a fearful noise. Good job. The wizard approached it in wonder, but fell back hurriedly when he saw that the whole pot's surface was covered in warts. Disgusting object, he cried, and he tried to vanish the pot, and then to clean it by magic, and finally to force it out of the house, but none of the spells worked. And he was unable to prevent the pot from hopping after him out of the kitchen, falling up the stairs to the bed, clanging and banging loudly. The wizard could not sleep all night for the banging of the warty old pot by his bedside, and the next morning the pot insisted on hopping after him up to the breakfast table. Clang, 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 went the brass-footed pot. And the wizard had not even started his porridge when there came another knock at the door. The old man stood on the doorstep. "'Tis my donkey, sir," he explained. "Lost she is, or stolen, and without her I cannot take my wares to market, and my family will go hungry tonight." "I'm hungry now," and he slammed the door on the old man. He slammed the door. Clang, clang, clang with the cooking pot on the single brass foot upon the floor, but now its clamor was mixed with the brays of a donkey and the human groans of hunger echoing from the depths of the pot. "Be still, be silent," shrieked the wizard, but not all of his magical powers could quieten warty pot, which hopped on its heels all day, braying and groaning and clanging no matter where he went or what he did. That evening there came a third knock at the door, and there at the threshold stood a young woman, sobbing as though her heart would break. I'm not going to cry. I could. You're smiling, aren't you? I can tell from up here. "My baby is grievously ill," she said. "Won't you please help us? Your father told me to come if I was ever troubled," but the wizard slammed the door on her. And now the tormenting pot filled to the brim with salt water and slopped tears all over the floor as it hopped, brayed and groaned, and sprouted more warts. I'm also not going to make you sprout warts. Though no more villagers came to seek the help of the old wizard at the wizard's cottage for the rest of the week, the pot kept him informed of their many ills. Within days, it was not only braying and groaning and slopping and hopping, sprouting warts, it was also choking, retching, crying like a baby, whining like a dog, spewing out bad cheese, sour milk, and a plague of hungry slugs. And a plague of hungry slugs. Out of its mouth. Thank you. The wizard could not sleep or eat with the pot beside him. The pot refused to leave, and it could not be silenced or forced to be still. This is what the pot looks like. Animated by Vladimir Snape. The wizard could bear it no more. "Bring me all of your problems, your troubles and woes," he screamed, fleeing into the night, the pot hopping behind him on the road to the village. "Come, let me cure you, mend you, and comfort you. I have my father's cooking pot, and I will make you well." With that, the foul pot, still bounding along him, ran up the street, casting spells in every direction. Inside one's house, a little girl of the warts vanished. The lost donkey was summoned from a distant briar patch and sat down beside Beedle's table. A sick baby was doused in dignity and woke, well and rosy. At every house of sickness and sorrow, the wizard did his best, and gradually the cooking pot beside him stopped groaning and retching and became shiny, quiet, and clean. Good job. "Well, pot," asked the trembling wizard as the sun began to rise. The pot burped out a single slipper. It burped out a single slipper. All right. You get like a, B for effort. and it permitted him to fit it on to its brass foot. Together they set back to the wizard's house. The pot's footsteps muffled at last, but from that day forward, the wizard helped the villagers, like his father before him, lest the pot cast off its slipper and began to hop once more. Beedle. Wait 1 second. Let me step out here. This is important. Okay? Evie, right? Come here, stand. Face them. This is I'm sure this is your first time performing, right? Okay. It's very important when you perform that you let the audience applaud for you and that you thank them by taking a bow. Do you know the bow? Okay, so you bow very deeply. Well, that's a don't curtsy. Bow. Okay.